Hi everyone, my name is Kirsten and I'm a graphic designer here at Alpha Graphics. Today I'm going to be talking about how to set your document up for print. So here I have my example of what not to do. As you can see, there's a lot going on the outside of this artwork. We got color bars, crop marks, printer marks, all this jazz, and we don't need any of that. If I were to receive a document that looked like this, I would just delete it all. We don't use this kind of information, so I'm going to show you what to do instead. We're going to get started in Adobe InDesign. Here I have my artwork in 8.5 by 11, and I want this red to print all the way to the edge with no white space around it. So the first thing I'm going to do is head to the Properties panel, click Adjust Layout, and add my bleed here in this bleed subsection. The standard size bleed is 0.125. And that is what we use here at Alpha Graphics. Now you're going to go ahead and extend your art into that bleed area. You can see this little margin line that has appeared. If you have any images or patterns, anything in the background that you want to print to the edge, you'll make sure to extend it to that bleed line. Now we'll go ahead and export it. Choose Press Quality in the Adobe PDF presets. Then head over to the Marks and Bleed section and use Document Bleed Settings, check. Here it shows the bleed settings you chose earlier. Go ahead and export. Same kind of thing in Adobe Illustrator. Here I have my artboard at 8.5 by 11. I click File, Document Setup, and 0.125. Same thing with extending the art and saving. So whenever I open this document we just made in any kind of application, like a preview or a web browser, it's going to look like this. And you may be wondering, well, where did my bleed go? Don't worry, it's still there. The settings that we used save the bleed information in the PDF. So when I open it in my documents, be like, oh, here's the bleed information they left for me. Boom. You can see this pink line is 8.5 by 11, and this outer red line is going to be your 8.75 by 11.25. If I were to get a job that was just like this, I wouldn't just go to my printer and put in 8.5 by 11 paper and print this out, because I would have a white margin around it and I'd have to try to trim that off and it just wouldn't look very good. So instead, we impose these onto larger papers. Here I have my 13 by 19, and I have two 8.5 by 11s here. Now you can see some crop marks that are being put to good use. I have this mark indicating this is where the cutter needs to cut. Now Sam, he cuts all our papers on this big machine, so he's going to need these lines, and when he cuts it, he'll have red on either side. That way, if there's any shifting or anything like that, you'll still have red all the way to the edge. If I were to print no bleed, nothing, and have to cut along this red line, it would be super tight, and you'd have to be very careful not to get any kind of white into that outside piece, which would be pretty difficult, but mostly just time consuming. So this helps us out, and it just makes it so that we have kind of a little wiggle room there of red on each side. Now, if you don't have InDesign or Illustrator and you're just using a web application, I have a few options for you. So this first one is Canva specific. So on Canva, you're going to hit Create Design, Custom Size, and go ahead and put in 8.5 by 11 or whatever your finished size is. Create New Design. And as you can see here, I do have my 8.5 by 11, but I don't have any bleeds, so let's fix that. Go up to File up here in the top left, and then click Settings and Show Print Bleed. Now this dotted line is my finished size, and this outside is my bleed size. Say I wanted this gray to go all the way to the edge, I would extend it past the dotted line. Now if I'm ready to export, you're going to go up to the right, hit Share, hit Download, and choose PDF Print. Not PDF Standard, not JPEG, PDF Print. This is the best for printing, as it says. and you're going to go ahead and hit crop marks and bleeds. Under color profile, if you have the subscription, definitely choose CMYK. If not, you can go with RGB. Just know we will have to convert the colors to CMYK. We only print in CMYK, and there could be a little bit of visual change between the two color builds, so just keep that in mind. So then you can just go ahead and download the document, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's downloaded. It looks like this. So we do have these little crop marks. However, they are being used correctly because they are at the actual bleed lines. I sometimes get documents with crop marks that are not even pointing to the bleeds or out here on the corner, and they're absolutely useless. So crop marks are fine if they're actually pointed to the correct area, and we have our bleed information in here as well. This darker blue line is the 8.5 by 11 finish size. So that's what that looks like. Now, say that you're using another web application that doesn't have this tool, or you just want to do it a different way. This is a more versatile way that you can do this. So for Create Design Custom Size, I'm actually going to choose my finish size plus the bleed. So it's going to be 8.75 by 11.25. Create new design. And I'm going to actually just remove the bleed here. So you would just get a document that looks like this. And you can either use guides or like a rectangle here. And make the rectangle or the guides your finished size. So 8.5 by 11. Oops, not 111. 11. Center it on your paper. Remove the fill. Add just a small little border here. And boom, you've got your bleed line. So now this is your finished size, and you want to extend your art all the way out to here. And when you export, just make sure to remove this line because it will print inside your art. So once you export and everything's already bleeding, remove the bleed line, click share, download, PDF print, but you're not going to activate crop marks and bleeds. You're just going to save it like that. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this helps you understand bleed information more. Bye!